Dream cars. Off limits. Big legends locked out by small rules. Here's the twist. It was not scandal. It was airbags, crash tests, clean air laws, and a tariff with a funny name. I'm Riley. I chased storms for a living, and I love fast machines. Today, I'm breaking down 5 cars that roads once said no to, and the simple reasons why. I dug through federal rules, import lists, and old magazine notes. Road and Track even told the story of Porsche's 959, where a Porsche insider said, "We didn't even attempt to certify the 959, the cost would have taken us down." Top Gear marked the day the Skyline R34 hit the magic age. Facts, not myths. Quick value. In the United States, when a car turns 25 years old, it escapes most new safety rules and heavy emissions checks. That single law opens locked doors. We'll hit 5 cases. Porsche 959, Nissan Skyline GT-R R30-4, Toyota Hilux, track-only hypercars, and TVR. You'll see how federalization works, why some cars skip airbags, how show or display caps mileage, and what paperwork people file. You're watching Crazy Top 10. Which car would you drive first if you could slide past every rule for one day? Let's start at number 5. Number 5 is the Porsche 959. Cutting-edge tech. 444 horsepower. 0 to 60 in about 3.6 seconds. A top speed near 195 miles per hour. And still, US roads said no. Why? Crash tests and airbags. Here's the plain truth. The 959 didn't have US spec airbags or crash-safe bumpers for the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. Porsche ran the math and realized making a US version could cost so much it might sink the program. As told in Road and Track, insiders said they did not even try to certify it because the cost could have taken the company down. Orders were cancelled, refunds went out. A legend stayed overseas. Years later, a tiny door opened. The show or display rule let in rare hysteric cars under a strict cap of about 2,500 miles per year. The 959 made that list. Only a few trickled in, and yes, a few hundred were built overall, roughly 337 street cars, which only fueled the myth. Today, age helps too. The 959 is far older than 25, so it fits the classic import rule. Epic machine, narrow path. Next up, a Japanese icon that had to wait a whole generation. Number 4 is the Nissan Skyline GT-R, the R30-4. We all raced it in games, posters on the wall, but not on US plates back then. Why? Emissions and crash rules. Uncle Sam said it did not pass. Nissan chose not to redesign it just for one market. Fans tried the grey route. Some cars slipped in and met the hammer. The safety agency seized and crushed illegal R34s. Painful. The lesson was clear. Without proper certification or a valid path, you were out of luck. Then the clock saved the day. In January of 2020-4, the earliest R30-4s turned 25. Under the import rule, that age makes old legends legal to bring in, even if they never met modern standards at launch. Top Gear called it out. Finally, Godzilla could come home. Now collectors pay big money, and shops line up to handle the paperwork. So yes, timing matters. A ban can turn into a welcome the moment a birthday hits. Godzilla took its 25-year oath. Next up, even simple trucks get caught in a web of rules you can't see from the driver's seat. Number 3 is the Toyota Hilux. The world calls it tough, but in America, you get the Tacoma. So what blocked the Hilux? 2 big things, money and standards. Back in the 1960s, a trade fight left a tariff on imported pickups. People call it the chicken tax. It is 25%. Add that to any foreign truck and the price goes wild. Then pile on US safety and emissions rules, airbags, crash tests, lighting, and clean tailpipes. The global Hilux was built for other regions, not for US spec. Federalizing it for one market, when the Tacoma already covers that slot, made no sense for the factory. I've ridden in Hilux trucks on storm shoots abroad. They shrug off dirt roads and heavy gear, but paperwork beats toughness. Here, newer Hilux models would need a registered importer to add compliant parts. Expensive. Older ones can sneak in under the 25-year rule. If you're learning something new, hit subscribe to keep the deep dives coming. You're watching Crazy Top 10, and I've got more myths to crack every week. All that red tape for a pickup. Imagine what happens when we go high-end. Number 2 is not one car. It is a class. Track dash, only hypercars. Think Ferrari FXX and FXXK, McLaren P1 GTR, Pagani Zonda R, million-D dollar rockets that never promised street manners. Why? They skip everyday rules on purpose. Makers build these as pure race tools. No federal crash tests, no side markers to US spec. Sometimes no catalytic converters like normal road cars. Some headlight setups are not legal for public roads. The paperwork literally says, off-road use only. The sales pitch is clear. You bought a track weapon, not a street sedan. Could a few squeeze in? Rarely, as museum pieces under show or display, with strict mileage caps and extra scrutiny. But most of these beasts live on private courses or overseas. Even the government's historic exhibit list only blesses a small couple dozen models at a time. Your best bet is a trailer, a helmet, and a very friendly circuit manager. Race parts are not for streets. That is the deal. And yet, one scrappy British brand tried to sell the road as a racetrack. Their punishment was even harsher. Let's talk TVR. Number 1 is TVR, short for Trevor, as in founder Trevor Wilkinson. The cars look wild and sound like thunder. But the US rulebook asked a simple question. Where are the airbags? Where are the modern crash protections? TVR's answer was, in effect, let the driver figure it out. Regulators said no. Take the TVR Sabera. Fast, loud and light. Reports bragged about 0 to 60 in well under 3 seconds for hot tunes, but the car failed safety tests. One outlet even called it permanently banned for US roads because it flunked the basics. Then the Sagaris arrived with big power and the same attitude. Again, too dangerous, without the required restraints. The theme was clear, raw thrills over compliance. I get the appeal. I love a car that talks back, but rules exist to save lives when metal meets physics. Without airbags, proper crash structure, and electronic safety nets, TVR's lineup just could not clear federal motor vehicle safety standards. Today, only age softens the verdict. Once a TVR turns 25, you can import it as a classic. Until then, it is track day only or a museum piece. TVRs could not pass their tests. So how do any of these icons make it here, really? Legends locked out, but not forever. There are legal doors, if you are patient and precise. Here is the map I wish someone handed me years ago. First, the 25-year rule. A vehicle at least 25 years old is exempt from all applicable federal motor vehicle safety standards. That is the big one. If your dream car hits that birthday, the crash rules step back. The EPA also eases up at roughly 21 years, letting many classics run their original emission setups. Next, show or display. This path lets in very rare, historically important models under tight limits. You register mileage, often capped near 2,500 miles per year, and you do not daily drive it. Think of it as a museum pass with keys. Paperwork matters. Most owners hire pros to file DOT Form HS-7 and EPA Form 3520-1, then clear customs. After federal import, state DMVs may ask for a VIN inspection, compliance labels, and local smoke steps. Insurance is its own gate. Many carriers demand collector policies with strict use limits. Piece by piece, the door opens. Now you know the playbook that turns forbidden into finally mine. We solved the mystery. These cars were not banished by secret clubs. They were tripped by simple lines. Airbags, crash tests, clean air limits, and one very spicy tariff. Paperwork and physics beat hype every time. The Porsche 959 had to wait for a rare car lane and age. The Skyline R34 hit its 25-year mark and walked through. The Hilux lost on tariffs and dollars, so Tacoma took the field. Track-only hypercars chose speed over compliance, and that means private circuits, not school runs. TVR chased war thrills and got blocked until time finally made them classics. Reality over myth. If this breakdown helped, tap subscribe so you never miss the next deep dive. Drop a like and share it with the friend who keeps sending sketchy import listings. Thanks for watching. And tell me this, if you could import one of these 5, which would it be, and why? I'm Riley, and I'll see you on the next run down the rabbit hole.